If you came here looking for a Storm combo, you've clicked on the wrong video. That is not what we're doing tonight, thanks to Sean Dagnan. I'm sorry if I butchered that, but that's what I'm going to go with. Sean has submitted for the second time ThoughtShift combo here on this channel. You can find the first video in the card above. That was a Chalice of the Void video where we had a bunch of lands like this Surprise and Scary here, Ancient Tombs, City of Traders, that sort of thing. It was a very different deck. Previous to that, I uploaded a video that was mono blue and it used Murktide Regent, and I thought that was pretty good. This list in front of us actually won the Four Seasons Legacy event last week. That person, this was their deck list. This is their pet project. They've been working on it for a long time. Congrats to them. But we're going to take it for, a run tonight and see how it goes. The reason that I mentioned my Murktide list is that this list incorporates similar enough effects. So by that, I mean, I use Murktide Regent to control the graveyard. When you play green for, Veil of Summer or Sylvan Library, you get to really abuse your life total as a resource. But you also get Uro, can't talk. Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath. We did it. I said the card name. And when you play Uro, you get to escape it from your graveyard, which means removing other cards from the game. So you get to control your graveyard that way. But in my opinion, the real reason to play green is that you get Endurance. So with Endurance, you can actually target yourself. And if you stack the triggers correctly, I believe you end up with an empty graveyard, which means that you can then Thassa's Oracle for an easy win. If you're unfamiliar with this deck, the idea is you're going to use Paradigm Shift to swap your graveyard with your graveyard becomes your library and your library becomes exiled. So if you have no graveyard, you have no deck, and if you have no deck, Thassa's Oracle wins the game. That's the idea here. I might have messed that up a little bit, but hopefully you get the idea. So we're really just looking to empty our library using Paradigm Shift into Thassa's Oracle. And if that plan doesn't work, we're pretty much the snow deck. We have Icefang Waddles, we have Endurance, we have Uro. What we're lacking here is creature removal, so the snow plan won't always work. It's really matchup dependent. But for the most part, I think we should be able to leverage Thassa's Oracle plus Paradigm Shift. Alright, so then on top of that, we have Malevolent Hermit, which is really great in the metagame right now because a lot of the decks are getting a little bit larger, which allows Hermit to resolve. So the slower the format, the better Hermit is, in my opinion. If it's really fast format, this card ends up being a little bit lackluster, but thankfully right now, we're a touch bit slower. And then we have Veil of Summer, a card you should be familiar with from the Epic Storm, super powerful. Yeah, that covers the main deck. We do have a couple spicy lands here. This Homelands Classic, the original Sacrifice lands, the Invasion lands were based on these lands here. So we're playing this, originally from Homelands, like I mentioned. One Scary, an Otawara, actual basics. So I do like this over the City of Traders Ancient Tomb stuff, just because I felt really color constrained in the previous video. So let's see how a more traditional mana base goes today. Also, I just want to make a quick note. Sean, you made me play Chalice of the Void in the previous video. Today, you're making me play Collector Roof? I feel like this is out of spite. I don't know, it just seems really hurtful that you're making me play these cards that I find very offensive, but I want to make you happy. Yeah, run afoul primarily for the Merit Lage decks, and then a whole bunch of, interactive pieces. So Flusterstorm, Hydroblast, Energy Flux for 8 cast. Narset for the blue matchups, Force and Negation for combo, Brazen Borrower once again for the Merit Lodge matchups, but also the red prison decks that have been popular recently. One Surgical seems a little bit odd to me, especially when we're not really a Cunning Wish deck and we don't really have any ways of finding singletons. I do get that's how a lot of Legacy sideboards are built, but this just seems a little bit odd. If you have a reason, feel free to let me know, but that's my 2 cents. Especially because, I feel like the Delver decks get away with it because they have Dragon's Rage Channeler, so that way they're always fueling through the deck really quickly. Where here, we just have Brainstorm and Ponder, no Preordained. You do have one library, but I don't know. I just feel like one-ofs aren't as good without, the Turbo Xerox package. My 2 cents. You don't have to agree with me, that's fine. But I hope you enjoyed the video today. I truly do mean that, and I will see you in the first match. Don't go anywhere. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to click that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. That said, there's no better way of showing your support than becoming a member of this channel. You get sweet perks, and we get to keep making combo content. The perks get better and better each level you go up. They also stack. To start off, with our Storm Fan tier, you unlock our private members section of our Discord, which comes with a highlighted user profile and then some awesome badges and emotes for YouTube. Looking for sideboard help? Become a Stormtrooper, our middle tier, for 2 sideboard guides of your deck choice every single month, on top of 50% off donation decks. Did we mention you also get 10% off merchandise from our shop? With our top tier, the Combo Cabal, you get a free donation deck every single month, 15% off merchandise from our shop, early access to private deck lists, and the most valuable perk in my opinion, videos early. That's right, you heard it, early access to all videos. But maybe sweet perk, secret deck list, early access to videos isn't for you, but you'd still like to show your appreciation. Make sure to check out theepicstorm.com/shop for card singles and Storm swag. Please don't forget to use your membership discounts. Finally, if you want to see your combo deck here on this very YouTube channel, make sure to visit theepicstorm.com/donation decks, where all you have to do is attach your TXT file and pick a donation tier. With our Epic tier, you can even join me in a video to showcase your bold brew in person and explain the ins and outs of your strategy. Card availability won't be an issue due to our new sponsor, Card Hoarder. With Card Hoarder, renting is super easy. If you're looking to get into Magic Online, there isn't a better, more affordable solution than Card Hoarder. Fun fact, you can rent the Epic Storm for 7 tickets a week, which is just a great deal. There are many ways you can support us. Just pick whatever is best for you. In the meantime, let's play some Magic. Welcome to the first round. Alright, we're on the draw, but I've opened up Shift, Thassa's Oracle, and Force Blue card. We need second land, but otherwise this hand is absolutely stacked. We're definitely going to keep it. Underground Sea, and it looks like our opponent's just passing the turn. Interesting. Draw. Not the land we needed, so let's cast Ponder. Hello, land. So we're actually going to draw Endurance here in case our opponent's on Doomsday. Because then we have Force Endurance. Alright, not Doomsday. Witherbloom Apprentice. I think we let that go. Okay. Draw. I think we just grab Trop here. Actually, I was supposed to get a basic, because this could bite me in the butt. So I'm going to shift, but if they have a wasteland, I just lose the game. So I was supposed to get an island there. Didn't really think that through. I just thought, hey, it's free to grab Trop. That's not the case. I should have gotten wasteland. Or I should have gotten basic island. Interesting. So if I force this, and then they untap and play Chain, I'm dead. The issue with if I don't force it is, you know what? I'm going to let it go. It's fine. I think I can try to just, I'm going to play to not lose right now, which isn't something I normally do, but I think our hand has the longevity in this matchup, so that's what I'm going for. So they're going to attack. I go to 16. And there's the wasteland. So they actually had me double beat there. I look like a fool for not grabbing the island. Draw. Have to pass. Okay, so I'm going to go to 14. And they're passing the turn. Draw. Okay. We'll pass here, I think. Flash in an Ice Fang. Alright, we're going to 12. Tarmogoyf. Sure. Alright, so we're going to go to 11. We do have to worry about this Witherbloom Apprentice just like slowly winning the opponent the game. We have a little bit of life gain with the arrow, but it's not a lot. Alright, so Ice Fang will trigger, we draw a card, Lotus Petal. Not really a card we wanted here. Jeez. And here I'm getting punished for not getting the island because I'd have 3 permanents as well, 3 snow permanents. So I have land sorcery. So if I endurance on their turn, it would actually eat up the Goyf. I'm just trying to think, like, what are the odds that I draw the snow-covered land? Because I could also just play Ice Fang main phase hoping to hit a land. Alright. I think I'm going to pass. Snuff out. I'm going to counter that. Okay, opponent still has 5 cards in hand. Another snuff out. Alright, I'm going to let that go. Opponent with 4 cards. Alright, I'm going to sacrifice this for a green, flash, and endurance. We'll target myself here. Because this Goyf is going to be a 2-3 after if I target myself. Rough. I am dead. Okay, that was brutal. Yikes. Alright, need to do better. Feel like that was mostly my own fault. So, I don't think that this is really a Lotus Petal matchup. It seems like a grindy matchup, and if it's going to be grindy, you really don't want speed-based effects. I think Carpet might be a little bit of a trap here, so let's see what our other options are. I don't hate Flusterstorm. It's good against blue decks traditionally, and they're the version with combo in it. So it can hit Chain of Smog, which is the other half of the Witherbloom combo. So if you're unfamiliar, Witherbloom Apprentice says whenever you cast a non-creature spell, I believe, it's either non-creature or instant or sorcery. It's one of the two. But your opponents lose a life and you gain a life. And with Chain of Smog, you just target yourself over and over for free, and you just use that effect continuously. So you can drain them for 1,000,000. But they have to discard their hand, so you wait for them to discard their hand, and then you cast your Force of Will or your Flusterstorm, something along those lines. So I think we can definitely shave some petals here. Maybe bring in a few Borrower as well. I think I'm up for trying this out. Alright, Chance at Redemption, game number 2, and we are on the play. So here we have 2 lands, we have a Paradigm Shift, so we have half of the Oracle combo. We have a Brainstorm to help find additional lands. I think that this hand is fine just because it is a value-based matchup. My concern is that we have 2 non-basics versus a deck that we know is playing Wasteland, but hopefully the Brainstorm can do some heavy lifting. Delta, okay. Draw. Force of Will. We're just going to pass here, and on their end step we'll flash in Ice Fang Quaddle. And there's the Wasteland. They pick up a Bayou, that's interesting. You have a Lurgoyf. End step, we will take 2. I'm sorry, take 1. Play Ice Fang, looking to draw a card. They cannot daze us because they fetched that Bayou. No land there, draw. Library is not bad, but we still need land 3. Take this Vista. I'm just gonna go grab the island now. Let's Petty Theft the Goyf. And get in there, we're a beatdown deck. We've said it from the start. In fact, we're a beatdown channel. Goblin tokens, Ice Fang Quaddles, Horror of the Broken Lands. We're definitely an aggro channel. 2 mana once again for the Lurgoyf. We're fine with that. And the opponent's stuck on 2 lands. Draw. let's try this Brainstorm out. We picked up another copy of Shift. I don't think I love that. So I'm going to put the second copy of Shift back. Okay. Grab the Forest. And Sylvan Library. Pass that turn. Another Snuff out. Yeah, that can happen. So we're going to take 4 here, going to 12. And another Goyf. Opponent has 6 cards. I'm going to attempt to force this. And they cast their own force, pitching Murktide Regent. Yeah, that happens. So they're going to have 2 copies of Tarmogoyf. Okay. Draw. Library. Yes. I don't think we can afford to keep an extra card here. Ponder. Let's shuffle this. Okay. Opponent has 5 cards in hand. No blue mana, at least for the moment. No second colored source for Abrupt Decay either. And there's their blue source. Black, black. Playing Engineer. Sure thing. What do they name? Snake. So they're playing around Icefang Quaddle. They're going to attack. We'll fetch. Down to 10 life. And we're going to cast Endurance and target ourselves. So once again, their Tarmogoyf will become 2/3s. And another Snuff out! Oh, geez. So we're going to 2 life here. I'm sorry, we're taking 4. So we're going to 6. I forgot about my graveyard getting smaller. I mean, I knew that it was going to get smaller. I forgot about the power toughness changing. But that Snuff out was brutal. Okay, so we have a library here, but I would need actual perfects. Yes. I don't know if I'm gutsy enough to go to 2. I can use the Thought Lash to buy some time. You know what? Let's do it. We're going to keep the Brainstorm. Thought Lash. We can use this to prevent damage. And I guess I also have Force Backup. Okay. So that was another reason to keep the extra card. Okay. So the opponent can attack for 6. We will activate this 6 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We did remove a Thassa's Oracle. Alright, so no damage will be dealt. I was unaware that you actually had to click this. Wait, did I mess that up? No, okay. I thought you had to click. I read it wrong, like it flashed really quick, and I thought it said you had to select the creatures you were preventing, and I was like, oh, wait, what? Because I was just clicking randomly, but I guess that's not it. Alright, the opponent has 2 cards in hand. They're fetching 4 total mana. Murktide Regent. You got it. 1 card left in hand. They'll waste me. We're going to let that go. Alright, in our upkeep, I'm going to cast Brainstorm. Because I'd like to get rid of this Force of Will. We can't really use the Ice Fang, so we might as well put that back. Actually, I guess it's a cantrip here. Maybe Force is better. I could just keep Force Ponder. Like, is Fluster even good? Alright, let's do this. Alright, I'm going to auto yield to this ability. Yes. Draw. Library. Looking for Thassa's Oracle. Did not hit. We can just put these back. Ponder. No oracles, let's shuffle. And a brainstorm. Alright, so now this time we have to prevent 12 damage currently. Ooh. I can't prevent that with the Thought Lash. I think I have to attempt to counter this. I'll go to 1. This will make their Tarmogoyfs larger. Let's cast Brainstorm in response. I guess this doesn't matter because I have to exile the top 2. I don't know. Let's just cast it. And there's the Oracle, which stinks because it's going to be exiled to the Thought Lash. Unless I don't pay the cost. That's the game plan. Okay, I've got it. I've got it. Oh no, I have to prevent the damage this turn. I can't do that. Ah, that's right. My bad. So I have to prevent 6, 8, 16. 1, 2. Alright, I'm not going to count all of these out. Alright, so I've prevented 16 here. I did remove another Oracle, so we have 1 Oracle left in our deck. That's it. Alright, so damage will be prevented. Alright, so now we exile 2 cards to the Thought Lash. We have to pray that we can find Oracle off the library. Okay, no Oracle there. Sylvan? Another land? Yes. Ding! They have no cards in hand. Okay. So the good guys will win game number 2. I like to think of myself as a good guy. You probably don't. I'm the jerk that plays Storm Combo. But everybody is the hero of their own story, so you can't tell me otherwise. Thassa's Oracle. And we're off to game number 3. Played that one a little bit better, but still a little bit sloppy. I could tighten this gameplay up just a hair. I don't think we want any of the... I mean, I could bring in, like, Run Afoul, but I don't think that's something I actually want to do here. I'm just going to resubmit. Game 3, and we've opened up a pretty solid hand. I'm going to keep this. We have the Shift Oracle combo all lined up. We just have to find ways to protect it. So I'm looking for land 3 here, but also a Force of Will effect. Okay, Thoughtseize is going to disrupt us, so I'm not likely going to have both halves of this combo. And they choose to take Oracle. So they also have Surgical. I don't know why that took so long if they happen to have both. But we're not dead. We do have, you know, Uro in our deck. We have Ice Fangs. Not super good, but it's a possibility. And we also have a Jace memory, whatever it's called. The 4-mana Jace that's the same as Oracle. It's going to be a tough ask, but it's certainly possible. Okay, draw. Waterlogged Grove the pickup. Let's just ponder. I think I'm actually going to keep this Brainstorm. Pass the turn. I might want to shape up this hand a little bit and get rid of the shift. 2 lands. And there's a Goyf. Already a 3/4. Alright, I'm going to fetch. We'll go grab another basic and just play the Hermit. Opponent with 3 cards in hand. We've seen Snuff Out already. Fatal Push. Okay. They have a lot of creature control in their deck. 3 cards left. We're going to take 4 now, unfortunately. Ouch. 15. Draw. And there's our super expensive Jace. We do have this shift. The question is, do we think they have interaction? I think the answer is that we can't really disrespect our opponent like that, so we have to play it a little bit slower. Put back the Grove and the Trop. I wonder if I should be trying to petty theft on their upkeep or our turn. Probably their upkeep. Alright, let's try this. Let's petty theft. If they have like a Veil of Summer, it's better to make them tap mana now, and it appears that they don't, so they're going to have to replay the Tarmogoyf. And there it is, 4 cards left. Draw. Let's ponder. Okay. Play the Otawara and pass. So I currently can play Ice Fang and protect it with Fluster from like a Snuff Out. 5 cards now. The opponent chooses to attack. Play the Ice Fang. It resolves, okay. Trigger. Fatal Push. Let's Fluster Storm. I mean, they knew that I had it. Same targets. And I can just hit F6 to save a little bit on time because I am at 9 minutes. Oh no, I want to be able to block. Let's turn off that auto yield. Alright, draw a card. Move to blocks. I think that they would still give me the prompt to block even if I F6'd. 4 cards, 1 blue. Delver of Secrets. Okay, so it is a bug deck. I'm going to ponder. I don't want to play Jace into Daze. I do like that. Player land. And let's play the Benevolent Geist. Benevolent Geist? I can't talk. Please forgive me. They're going to cast Force Will pitching Daze. I will attempt a Veil of Summer. They have 1 card left. My Veil of Summer resolves. The Geist will hit the battlefield. Delver triggers. To a Snuff Out. So goodbye, Geist. Ouch. The Delver will attack and I'll fall to 11. They have 1 card in hand. They're attempting to cast something. Whatever it is. It looks like it might be a Murktide Regent, depending on how long this is taking. No? Alright, so you figured out that you couldn't cast your spell. Let's try Brainstorm. Yikes. Okay. Let's leave the Trop untapped. Jace. Card Advantage Engine. Can't tell me otherwise. We'll target them. So they'll mill 2 and I'll draw. I don't want to fill up my graveyard. Okay. So they mill the force. Who will they choose to attack? They're going at me. Okay. So I will follow the 7 life here. I can play this borrower from the adventure side, but I wanted to use my mana and get this Jace onto the battlefield. Another Delver. That's sort of a pain. I guess they were holding up Thoughtseize, or they were holding Thoughtseize last turn. Trying to figure out if they should use it. Okay, draw. That wins the game? I don't know why I said that like a question. It definitely does. Okay. Thought Lash. And let's exile my deck. Do 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 do. Chicka-pa, chicka-pa-pa-pa. Alright, 10 cards left. Every day I'm clicking. Alright, last one! And now, Jace me, and that's it. We win the match. How crazy is that? 1-0 with blue-green ThoughtShift combo! If you haven't joined them already, I would recommend opening up our description down below and joining our 7 social media networks. They're each great in their own way, but I would strongly suggest joining our Discord server. In there, you will find others just like you looking to improve their Storm game and grow as a combo community. If you're a member of our YouTube channel, you should sync your account to Discord to unlock our private member section that has the latest and greatest deck lists, concepts, and much, much more. Let's get back to comboing out. Round 2, no clue what our opponent's playing, but my username is Bryant_Cook, and I'm hoping that the double force of will here really wrecks some sad combo player. Alright, not the case. Tropical Island. Draw. Endurance. Alright, I'm just going to grab Island and cast Ponder. These seem fine to me. Lands are cool if that's what you're into. Pass. So you could play out the Lotus Petal here. Right now our opponent doesn't know what we're playing. They might be thinking, wow, Bryant isn't on Storm, that sort of thing. Library. I'm going to let that go. Could be playing the Mirror. Or they could be on Blue-Green Omni. I'm just going to pass. The library triggers. Interesting. Grist? I don't know what's going on anymore. Okay. You got it. I don't want to brainstorm into the Lotus Petal that I know that's on top. So instead, I'm just going to grab an island and take a draw. That way I can get a fresh brainstorm next turn. Another land. And I'm just going to pass for now. So it appears that they're just like some sort of bug mid-range deck. Alright, they play a Misty, they're activating Grist again. They mill Prismatic Ending. Interesting. So they're 4 colors. Ouch. Alright, let's cast Brainstorm. Let's get rid of the Lotus Petal and Charn. Untap, fetch. Grab the forest, draw. Alright, so now we just need to find shift and we have a win locked up. Let's ponder. No luck there, shuffle. Another ponder, okay. Triple same effect, let's shuffle that. Okay. Opponent with the brainstorm. I mean, it makes sense that they pick up Tundra there. We've already seen the white card from Prismatic Ending. Okay, they don't pay any additional life here. They mill a card with Grist, Witherbloom Command. Another attacking for 2. 6 cards in their hand. Alright, I'm just going to take a draw here. Another Brainstorm. Cast it. No such luck. I think we put back Otawara and... Maybe the Veil? No, I think I want the Veil. So let's go to 13. Let's try that Brainstorm again. Jeez. I don't have a land to get with the Vista. I'm actually just going to put back these 2 so that way I can keep the Jace as a card to pitch to force. Let's play Uro. Okay. Draw. And I drew a Vista anyway. Sort of a bummer. Maybe I shouldn't have been fetching for basics that aggressively. I don't know. Is this a Shark Typhoon? It is. Okay, so they now have 7 damage on board. And if I escape Uro next turn, it does buy me a turn, but they can just easily kill it with Grist. Or, actually, do they have me dead here? Creature cards and graveyards? No. Alright, so the ultimate on Grist here isn't that important. Wasteland. You got me. Cuts me off second green, which, you know, it is relevant. We're taking 7. They have lethal on board next turn. Sure, you can have an Uro. And Ponder. We need to draw pretty much exactly Thought Shift off the top rope. Draw. Yes! Let's go! Alright, we have to pitch the Veil here to empty our graveyard. And I'm pretty sure if I click on this ability, this dies first, so that way we end up with an empty graveyard. Shift. Force pitching force. We will force pitching Jace. They're going to cast Brainstorm in response. Okay. So we will have 1 card left in our deck. Into Oracle. Does this get there? Hey! Love to see it. Alright. Game number 1 over this 4-color monstrosity pile. I don't know what else to call it other than that. Yeah, so that was sweet. We probably want these flusters. Take out the Lotus Petals again. Probably a decent Narset matchup. Carpet seems terrific here. I think those are really the cards that I'm interested in. I have to find 1 card to cut. Maybe the Surprise and Scary when we're boarding in double carpet. I think I'm up for that. Let's try this out. Sure, why not? Tropical Island. Well, they're going to feel real foolish. Draw. Thought Lash, okay. Opponent is currently reading this card. Activating Misty. Away from the loam, you got it. Draw. Ponder. Let's cast a Brainstorm. See what our options are. My own carpet. I like that. Think I can get rid of the Endurance. Maybe the Thought Lash. And then I'm going to use Ponder to shuffle, I think. No, I'm just going to give them... I don't want to waste a Ponder. I'm going to give them a mana off the land. Let's grab the My Trop, not the ones that I'm renting. Play Carpet. Switch phases, and I will get 2 blue. Alright. Ponder. Snap Shuffle that. Okay. I'm not going to burn the Brainstorm. I'm just going to pass. So our opponent will get 1 extra mana from us due to me playing Tropical Island. Uro, you've got it. So they play the Misty that we knew about, and they still have a land drop here. Sure thing. Ending. I think I just let that go. No need to fight over a carpet of flowers. Draw. Narset. Hello. There she is. Activate. Unfortunately, we're putting an Oracle on the bottom here, and I have to take a shift. They dredge her life from the loam, they hit a force, and then a pair of lands, Polluted Delta and Tropical Island. They're activating Carpet for 1 mana, and they have a total of 4 mana right now. They cast Life from the loam, getting back 3 lands. And they play a Delta. So they still have 2 lands in hand that we're aware of. Draw. Another Thought Lash. Let's cast this Brainstorm and see if we can get rid of a couple cards we don't want. Interesting. Guess we'll put those on top. Activate Narset. Alright, so we got to keep one of them. Woot woot. Let's cast Shift. So if this resolves, next turn we can untap and just win with a bunch of backup. And it does. Pass the turn. They pick up a black mana source. Cycle Shark Typhoon. 6 cards in hand for the opponent. Wasteland, that's pretty scary. So I can still win with Fluster backup on my turn. Unless they attack the Narset, then I can't. And if I can't win the game, I'm incentivized to keep the Narset around. Alright, I'm going to counter this loam pitching the Thought Lash. Am I supposed to counter that? I think the answer is yes. These 3 cards are all I need on my turn to win the game. Actually, no, I'm still 1 mana short of using all 3. That's a lie. Let's see if they attack Narset. They should. And they do. Yeah, for some reason I was thinking in my head that I had 5 mana, and I don't. That was just a mistake. Cast Ponder. I believe there's a Ponder in my deck, so if I draw the Ponder, I can win on my turn with backup. So 25% chance. That hurt. I think I'm dead. That hurt a lot. Draw. Now I'm dead to the Wasteland. Damn. There's a Polluted Delta in my deck, but there's no land to fetch for. And I can play Oracle here, but I don't have 3 cards. If I pass the turn, They're going to dredge life from the loam, and I can't fluster it to be useful. Even if they use the mana from Carpet, cast loam, they have 4 untapped lands. I could brainstorm fluster, and that still doesn't get the job done. Alright, game 3. I'm just going to resubmit. It's fine. On the play for the 3rd game. This one's a little risky, but I think I'm going to try it. Really need to find land 2. Ponder. Nope. Draw. Alright, Brainstorm, we're really counting on you. They play a Triome. Draw. There we go. Cast this Brainstorm. Okay. Endurance. And I think the shift? Or should I just do Brainstorm? I think just the Brainstorm. This seems pretty stacked to me, if I'm being completely honest. Like, this seems very good. Okay, untap. Fetch. Draw. Another Oracle, that's fantastic. Okay, let's try this Paradigm Shift. Alright, we have 4 cards in our deck. Pass the turn. Alright, no end-step effect is a good sign. Wasteland is not live. Brainstorm. I don't think there's a real point to us trying to brainstorm Oracle here. I'm just going to pass. I feel like that's like kind of a wasteful thing because I can't protect the Oracle, where I could have back-to-back turns of Oracle plus Fluster, which I think would be more effective. Alright. Endurance. Targeting me? The ability resolves. They target no one. That's interesting. I feel like it's almost free to put this on the bottom. Witherbloom Command. That would explain why they didn't put that card on the bottom. Let's fluster that. Same targets. So they could pay for one and then force the other if they wanted to be greedy. They're not greedy. Endurance gets in. Alright, I'm going to end-step Brainstorm here just so that way my deck has one less card in it. Okay, so now we draw and play Oracle. And that gets there. We've done it. 2-0. Love to see it. 3 matches left. Playing your favorite combo deck in Paper just got so much easier with the Epic Storm Mini Token Pack. You can pick one up at theepicstorm.com/shop for $13. It includes 64 double-sided mini tokens. That's 128 tokens total. And they include 10 black, 10 blue, 10 red, 5 green, 5 white, 3 colorless, 20 storm counters. That means that you can count your way all the way up to 20 for Grape Shot, everyone's favorite Stormwind condition, a Galvanic Relay Exile Indicator, 4 treasure tokens for Strike It Rich, and then 10 monk tokens for our vintage friends. It also has Slime Time Live, Ave Progenitor Ooze tokens with the power and toughness already built in to make playing in Paper so much easier. No fumbling around with dice. We've got you covered. Make sure to go grab those if you're playing Modern. And then Squirrels versus Goblins, Chatterstorm versus Empty the Warrens, the Battle of the Ages. You definitely need 20 Squirrel tokens and 20 Goblin tokens. You're going to love this mini token pack, I promise. And once again, you can grab that at theepicstorm.com/shop. Alright, we're on the draw again. Match 3. Our opponents reveal the Yorion. I have to imagine it's Death and Taxes, but who knows. Our hand is not playable whatsoever, so we're going to mulligan. I guess we keep. I don't love this, but maybe we'll draw into Thought Shift and everything will be okay. Or Paradigm Shift. What are things? Words. And they are not on Death and Taxes, so that Veil of Summer I just put on the bottom would have been pretty desirable. Okay, draw. Let's just go grab that basic island and cast Ponder. I like the Brainstorm, but I don't like the other two. I think I'm just going to shuffle. Okay, a lot of blue so far. And they cast a Brainstorm. Flooded Strand activate. Picking up a basic. Alright, so they're Esper Vial. I have to imagine that's a tough matchup for the deck that we're playing. That was a draw. The problem is we don't have any way of protecting this Oracle. Really wish I had that Veil of Summer right now. Let's just play the Temple and pass. Okay, Vial moves up to 1. Baleful Strix, you've got it. Hoping to draw Veil of Summer off the top. Okay, Sylvan's not terrible. We'll take that. Fetch. Sylvan Library. Okay, happy to see that resolve. So, ideally, we would get to untap with it. Find Force of Will and then a green card. That would be best possible outcome. Vial on 2 is activated for another copy of Baleful Strix. One is up to 6 cards in hand. Cast Ponder. They do not shuffle. Included Delta finds a basic. Recruiter of the Guard. For Skyclave. Okay, so they want to get rid of my library. I'll go to 17. Come on, Doc. Be good to me. Draw. Brainstorm. Okay. Yes. I think I'm just going to pay 8 here. I'm not quite in the territory where I can just win. Let's hope that this Brainstorm helps. We found a green card. Put back the... Do I want to put back Adawara? I know that I want to put back at least 1 Lotus Petal. Yeah, let's do this. Alright, we'll pick up Trop and play Uro. Okay, so it's going to escape. We'll draw. Going up to 11. You know, I should have kept the other land over the Lotus Petal. That would have been smart. I should have put back both petals. I ended up keeping 1 because I was like, oh, I can't play 3 lands over the next 2 turns when I'm trying to win, which just, like, isn't true due to the Uro. That was a mistake on my part. Vial activation on 3. We know that they have the Skyclave taking out the library here. And it looks like they're going to attack for 3, and I'll go to 8. Alright, let's Brainstorm, see if I can hit. No dice. Okay. I mean, I get to use Uro again, I guess. Who would have known that if I bottom Veil of Summer on turn 1 that I would never find another protection spell? Some genius person watching is like, I knew that you shouldn't have done that, Bryant. You should have known that Yorion was a blue deck. It's all my fault. Alright, so here's the Uro once again. We'll draw. Solitude. You've got it. But I gained a whole bunch of life. The fact that I don't have any protection for this Oracle makes me not want to jam the combo. Vial can now go up to 4. If I don't draw it this upcoming turn, I think I have to go for it, just because there's 0 games that I win when they flicker their entire board with the Yorion. So I'm going to take a whole bunch of damage here. I can surprise block something, but my creature does not have Death Touch. I do not have 3 snow permanents. And they're going to activate the Violiners. Is this a Palace Jailer? It is! Wow, okay. So they have 2 cards, and then they'll get to draw a card off being the Monarch. Another Uro. Okay. I'm at 8. They are the Monarch. They're back up to 3 cards. Draw. I guess I could just play Thought Lash here and see if it resolves. Let's do that. Hardcast Force. Okay. I think I'm going to play Uro. So I'm at 8. Uro would essentially put me up to 10 because I have to take 1 off the Waterlog Grove. They have 5, 10 damage on board. So that actually doesn't do it. Making sure I'm not miscounting. I could also just try to go for it right here, but I'm dead to Swords to Plowshares. I cannot beat a Swords. Oh no, I can beat a Swords. That's not true. Yeah, let's go for it. Pitch the Uro. Target me. Yep, I did it correctly. Okay. Paradigm Shift. Okay, we have no deck. Let's try to play this Thassa's Oracle. Wow, that really worked? Hey, how about that? Alright, that was a crazy one. Downside is our opponent knows what we're up to now, so I don't think it's going to be as effective. So Lawan seems really good here. We're going to try bringing her in. This was a all-star back in the day of Merfolk. You might not be old enough to remember this, but Merfolk at one point was the best deck in Legacy, and Lawan's Cephalid Empress was like a $35 card because she just crushed the mirror match way back when. I am extremely old. Alright, so are there any other cards we want here? Probably want the Brazen Borrowers. Once again, I don't think that this is a Lotus Petal matchup, unfortunately. Lotus Petals are really for your fast matchups, and we've just faced a lot of blue. Probably the Flusters. And you might be thinking, Bryant, your opponent's a blue deck board and carpet. They are a blue deck, but they're also an Aether Vial deck with a lot of non-islands, so I don't think it's really a card that we're interested in. I think I'm actually going to side out a Neuro here. Ooh, Lawan actually isn't great against the Caracas deck. Just realized that. Alright, I'm actually not going to bring in Lawan, I'm just going to do double Uro. Okay, so we have a Thought Lash, a Paradigm Shift. I think I'm going to try this. Meddling Mage is definitely a concern. They're activating Misty. What? They're the Cephalid Breakfast deck this whole time. Okay. Did not realize that. They're casting Brainstorm. Flooded Strand. And Ponder. So nomads will get in. Draw. Another paradigm shift. Definitely not what we need here. If I had known we were facing Cephalid Breakfast, I would have mulliganed this hand. Baleful Strix, okay. Ouch, 18. Draw. I don't love this. Am I dead? You're into hand, okay. So I'll follow this 16 life. And another nomads. Draw. Ah, jeez. So many lands. I think I'm supposed to just try to play the Thought Lash here. Come on, burn a force. And they do, pitching the Orion. Good deal. They have 3 cards in hand. Okay, so we go to 11. And they're passing. Draw. I think I just pass here. Alright, let's flash in the Ice Fang. Swords to Plowshares. Okay, that's fine. I'm not going to fetch, because if I draw a Brainstorm, I want that available. And honestly, the Ponder here is another reason, so I'm glad that I didn't fetch. Draw. Jace. Alright, I think I'm going to try to resolve Jace here. Let's Ponder. Glad to see these. Alright, Jace, Wielder of Mysteries. Opponent has 4 cards in hand. Mystical Dispute. I think I'm going to attempt to fluster this. It seems like the best spot for me to do that. Paradigm Shift doesn't win the game next turn because I have so many cards in my graveyard, but I still... Oh, maybe it actually does because I could double shift. Alright, so the Mystical Dispute will be countered. They have 3 cards in hand still. Jace resolves. I'll target them because I don't want more cards in my graveyard. We drew a land and we milled, 2 bad cards for them, so we did them a favor. Okay, so creatures will attack. We're at 5. And they're passing with 3 cards in hand. Draw. Another force. Okay, so I'm actually... I don't know if it makes a difference here. Alright, let's cast a Paradigm Shift. I guess it allows me to play around a second copy of Dispute. They're going to hard cast Force. And we will pitch cast Force, pitching Force. Because we need to cast both of these this turn in order to win. Okay, and now we'll cast the second Shift. Shift on Shift on Shift. And then mill me. Look at that. 3-0 with blue-green ThoughtShift combo. 2 matches left. Feeling pretty good about this deck right now. That said, we have had a lot of blue matchups, and it appears that it kicks the crap out of blue decks. So let's see if it holds its ground against non-blue. Hey, you're still watching. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe. If you're looking to make a purchase from Card Hoarder, TCG Player, or Amazon and are looking to support us, you can open up our description down below, and in there you will find our affiliate links. Those same links are found on the homepage of the Epic Storm. But that's not all. We've included a Card Hoarder button on our website that will load the Epic Storm in your Card Hoarder cart to make life simple for you. Alright, match number 4. We are facing very likely to be Ant. We are on the play. One thing to note is that our opponent is and I'm not joking, they're a Mind Break Trap gamer in Ant. So in post-board games, we have to consider that. Here our hand is really clunky. I don't think we can keep. We've opened up pretty much the same exact hand. Wow. Sure, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, like I was just hoping to open up like Veil of Summer or something, but there's only 2 of them. Let's just play our Temple and pass. Scalding Tarn, okay. Not usually an Antland. Most of us don't play it. I guess we play the Hermit here. Hermit resolves and we pass. Alright, so not Ant. We've been ended. Draw. Alright, they still have 5 cards. Okay, and they're just passing. We'll flash in an Ice Fang here, pick up a new card, and start the beatdown because we're an aggro deck. Draw. Another garbage land. Draw again. Okay. Let's get in there. Let's see if we can resolve this Thought Lash. Maybe I should have gotten a basic there, because if they like untap and back to basics me, I'm going to feel like a dummy. And they force pitching Supreme Verdict. You got it. Okay, 4 cards in hand for the opponent. Draw. Another Oracle. Yes, that was terrific. Let's get in there. Let's attempt to play Paradigm Shift. Force pitching Force. Okay. So we have a pair of Oracles in our hand that don't do a whole lot. Uh-oh. I don't love that. Not one bit. They have 1 card here. Okay. They're letting me untap. Draw. Really good when they have a Hull Breacher in play. The Value Oracle. Let's see if we can find something good. Scry. I don't want any of these. I think I just passed the turn here. Because currently they can't attack in. Yeah, alright. Untap. Draw. I'm just going to pass. Damn. Alright, they just mind twisted me. And there's no coming back from that. So we're just going to go to the next one. That's a bummer. Okay. We definitely want Fluster Storms. We want the Hydroblast to counter Red Elemental Blasts. Carpet makes a lot of sense. Probably want the Narset. Once again, Lotus Petal coming out of the deck. 62 cards at the moment. I wonder if you can get away with boarding out Ice Fangs. Or actually, let's get rid of this. I don't like this land. Well, at least in the matchups we've had today. At 61. Like, Ice Fang is not that good here. What did I just do? I somehow undid? I don't know. Submit. Game 2, we're on the play. Sure. Drop pass. Scalding Tarn. Oracle. So I really want to resolve this Brainstorm, but you don't really want to play into your opponent's open fetch just because it likely means Pyroblast or something like that. So we want to find a good opening for this Brainstorm. Draw. Bluster. Okay. I'll respond to that, because now if they want to Pyroblast me, I can get both their spells. Get rid of the Endurance. And second Oracle. I'm actually going to brainstorm again here because I can. Try that. Well, that is delightful. Big fan. Huge fan. Okay, I think I actually want the extra blue card over the extra land. Alright, so I'm going to do this. Okay. I'll take land 4. So our deck will have 5 cards in it. It's a lot. Let's attempt to resolve shift. Pyroblast. I think I'm actually going to let that go. And I'll just try to resolve this Thought Lash next turn. The thing about the paradigm shift is that it would have taken a long time to get the Oracle through. They have 4 mana. What's the play here? The Fairy. Still has 5 cards in hand. Jeez. Okay. Draw. Okay, I'm not going to play the Thought Lash this turn, because if I can draw an untapped land on my turn, I can cast all 3 of these spells. You have an Urset. Ponder. And they're not casting Ponder. That's a pretty spooky sign for me. They still have 5 cards in hand, too. Draw. Alright, I think I'm going to go for it. Actually, I guess I don't have to sacrifice that. It is a deck giveaway that I don't have Veil of Summer, but I don't know. Forest Pitching Ponder. We'll attempt to fight here. Damn. Jeez. Just getting bullied. And here I thought we were okay against blue decks. Just not the Jeskai variety. We swapped, I shouldn't have F6'd. I mean, I'm not going to win this game anyway. They have 7 cards, but... yeah, alright. I'm going to save some time here. 3-1, 1 round left. If you're looking for more great Magic the Gathering content, definitely check out the Eternal Glory podcast. It is myself, Bryant Cook, alongside Brian Koval and Phil Gallagher. We primarily discuss Legacy. That said, a lot of what we talk about transcends all formats. We're available on all major podcast platforms. Match 5 on the play. Let's do this. Sure, this seems reasonable. Alright, Flooded Strand past the turn. Polluted Delta. Lotus Petal. What's she doing over there? Is this Reanimator? Thoughtseize. I think I might want to hide this Endurance. Brainstorm? Alright, let's hide those. Thoughtseize can resolve. Maybe take the Brainstorm. Okay. Draw. Ponder. We'll keep the library because we can pitch it to the Endurance. Player Misty and pass the turn. We played Misty because we want to fetch away the lands, and that's actually why I didn't play the Scary before I cast Ponder. And they are in fact Reanimator. So brutal. Yep. They have 3 cards left in hand. Surprise, surprise, Endurance down. And I think we just lost this one. I'm good to pick it up from there. We're not coming back. Alright, so let's try to win the post-board games. At least it's something non-blue. I mean, I guess that's a plus. So we definitely want this Flusterstorm, the Surgical, the Force of Negation, the Narset. Run of Foul's interesting. I don't know if that's a card we actually want or not. Just because if Gristlebrand's in play, we've already failed at doing our job. So I don't think that's really what we're looking for here. And I do think, well, we can't board out the Uro or the Ice Fangs, even though I think that they're really stinky cards in this matchup because they're green and we need green cards for the Endurance. So we're at 65 right now. And I can't believe we're doing this again, but we're taking out Lotus Petal. So we're actually using some Doomsday knowledge here. We're in the Doomsday matchups where I know that Max Carini, who is Wonder Pro on Magic Online, I know for a fact that Max in the combo mirrors boards out Lotus Petal because Max decides to take on the control role in combo matchups. So Max just overloads on interaction and says, I'm the slower deck, lean into being slower and just do your thing better. So we're going to do that. We're going to board out these Lotus Petals, and once again, let's get rid of this trash land. All right, and that's 60. Game 2 on the play. Sure. Why not? Island Pass. Bloodstained Mire, and they're passing the turn. Okay, draw. Another force. Love it. Grief. Alright, let's remove the Jace. Unmask Pitching, Profane Tutor. Let's brainstorm in response. And we're going to hide the force on top. If their last 3 cards put a Gristlebrand into play, congrats, you had double interaction on turn 2. Like, you can't beat everything. And they decide to take the Hermit, which I think is pretty interesting. Alright, play the Grove. There's no real point to playing the backside of this, so I'm not going to do that. Land 3 and they're passing. That's interesting. Okay, we'll go to 18, play the Ice Fang. Draw. Oh my, I can't believe it's the Ponder that we put there. Crazy. Fresh card. Okay. That means that we have a win with Force Backup next turn? Let's go. I am the combo deck now. Hear me roar. It's worth noting that they do have a Grief in their graveyard, so if our opponent's hand is a bunch of Reanimate effects, I'm dead. Nothing I can do about that. Alright, so they're going to thin, which is fine by me. 4 cards. Okay. Stronghold Gambit. Each player chooses a card, then each player reveals the chosen card. Each creature with the lowest mana value puts it onto the battlefield. Well, I think that just means that I win. Alright. So that was nice of them to do. Thank you. And we're off to game number 3. Okay. Resubmit, I guess. Not a whole lot to do here. Okay, so we have Force of Will, we have, Oracle, blue card, backup blue card, whatever. We don't have a green card for this Endurance. That said, there's no chance that you're going to mulligan this hand. Badlands unmask themselves, pitching a Reanimate. Alright, so they're all in on this turn 1 Archon of Cruelty. We're going to counter this pitching an Oracle. So we still have a backup Oracle. They have 2 lands in their hand. We just need to find a green card for this Endurance. Cast Ponder. I guess I'll take Force and Negation Fluster. That's pretty good. Okay, pass. They play a land, and it looks like they're passing. Good deal. We're going to fetch. That way we can look at 3 fresh cards off this ponder. Pick up a trop, because if I find another land, I can just hardcast the Endurance. Start beating down the old-fashioned way. Not quite, but this is still really good. Alright, pass. Alright, 3 cards. And they're passing again. Draw. Cast the Shift. We have 4 cards in our deck, one of which is a Force Evil. That's probably our best draw. But we also need to go 2 turns in because I can't draw or cantrip or anything like that. So it's going to take at least 2 turns for me to be able to win this. And we need to be able to stop that. So there's actually like a pretty interesting decision here. And that's if I force a negation pitching Fluster, I have no protection for next turn, other than the Endurance plus the Library. If I keep Endurance Library, if the Oracle is discarded, I can put it back into my deck. So I'm like slightly protected from grief by making this play instead. I guess that's my point here. And they're at 1 card. Draw. Okay, so this means by drawing the ponder, it means that I can win next turn. Sure. It doesn't really matter that much. I'm not allowed to cast this force at the moment. This is my last win condition, so I can't cast it. Land number 5 for our opponent. Jeez. They flooded out hard. Draw. Let's just play the Oracle. And we got the 4-1. How about that? Thank you to Sean for the donation deck. It was a lot of fun to play. My thoughts. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I think the sideboard's a little bit spacey. A whole bunch of powerful 1-ups really only works if you have a ton of cantrips in your deck or Dragon's Rage Chandler or some way to turbo Xerox your way through. I don't think that this is the style of deck that does that well. So I think I'd look for more similar cards on our board rather than a bunch of powerful singletons. And then the main deck, I think that these lands, the Temple and the Surprise and Scary, are a little bit cheeky. I wonder if you can just get away with playing more actual lands like basics and stuff. There's a few times where Icefang Quaddles weren't active because I had these lands. That said, they were like kind of cute when our opponent played a Carpet of Flowers. I'll give them that. They do play around Choke and Carpet. But they were just a little awkward overall. I know that they work well with Thought Lash and Jace because these cards cost infinite amount of mana. I completely get it. I don't know. I don't have strong opinions on it. I guess that's my point. Like, they're fine enough, but I wonder if they should just be real lands. That's my point here. That's all. I'm not saying that you have to change it. I'm just asking a question. Thanks again for watching. I do appreciate it, and I hope you have a great day. Storm soon. I don't know. This isn't a Storm deck, but I hope you enjoyed it. See ya. Hey, Bryant Cook here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, but also follow the social media channels down below. If you want to support this content directly, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/shop. And if you need a little bit of assistance with the Epic Storm to get to that next level, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/tutoring. Don't worry, there's more great content coming right up.